Welcome to Passion Unlimited Podcast. I am your host, psychotherapist, author, and founder of Fearless Love, Jianny Adamo. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And we are having a very special Thanksgiving episode today. So I will be sharing with you 5 very powerful gratitude exercises that will help to transform your day. And if you place some of these into practice, they will transform your life. Yes. And I also wanted to mention, for those of you who are new to Passion Unlimited podcast, this is season 4, and I am covering topics from my Amazon bestseller, From Love Trauma to Fearless Love. And I am providing you through this season, which will go through the holiday season, with tips and strategies to survive, recover, thrive in your life, love, and relationships. Okay, so as you guys may be aware, this is going to be a really tough Thanksgiving for us. We have been dealing with the pandemic for now about 9 months with this COVID-19 pandemic, which refuses to go away. And in fact, many states are seeing the numbers rise dramatically. And some countries in Europe are already shutting down their borders with other countries. So many of us have been feeling more lonely and more isolated than ever. And usually the holidays represent a lot of loneliness for people and a lot of isolation for people who come from, obviously backgrounds where they don't have really close family relationships. So this is going to be particularly a tough holiday season. But today, like I said, I really want to focus on really giving you some tools to help you to feel that joy and that peace in your heart, and to feel connected, and to feel just a sense of serenity in your life. Okay, so with that, I want to say that I myself feel a little sad about this whole thing, that we cannot have more than the immediate family to gather around for Thanksgiving. So for those of you who may be having a difficult time, feel free to express yourself on the Facebook group or in my YouTube channel, which is under Fearless Love. If you are watching this on YouTube or wherever you're watching this video, feel free to comment and how you're feeling and how you are dealing with this issue that we are not to be gathering in large groups this year with this pandemic. All right, so I actually want to share some good news before I get into my gratitude exercises, and some of the additional professional review magazines are coming in and giving reviews to my book, From Love Trauma to Fearless Love. And they are saying stuff like, what do they say? They say that this book takes a very unique approach to self-help, and it reads more like a novel than a work of nonfiction. So From Love Trauma to Fearless Love is genuine in tone and at times lyrical. This is from Book Life Prize. They also dinged me a little bit on the category, because I have the book as a category of self-help. And because it reads like a novel with some self-help at the end, they didn't think it was appropriately categorized. So for those of you who have read the book and have listened to the audio book, please feel free to send me a message, or again, post it wherever you're hearing or seeing this video, or wherever you're connected with me on social media, and let me know, or send me a private message. What do you think the book should be categorized under? Because I really think it's a self-help, but if you guys think it's something else than a self-help, feel free to share, because then I can recategorize the book and that'll be fine. Anyways, okay, and I want to also thank those of you who have been ordering the book and downloading the audiobook. Please continue to leave me your reviews. Those are extremely important for the book to be shared automatically or organically through Amazon, because the more reviews it gets, the more Amazon knows that it's a well-received book and that it can be shared to other people who don't know about it. All right, without any further ado, let's get into the meat of our show today. So today, again, we are looking at gratitude as a practice in your life. And today we are looking at 5 particularly interesting and powerful exercises. And if you stay to the end, I am going to take us through a guided meditation that truly will be transformative. You will feel the release of tension. You're going to feel grounded, connected, and refreshed by the time you're done with this podcast. So please stay to the end. All right, so first I want to go over some of the benefits of having a gratitude practice. And I'm going to share with you some of what the research shows, that when you live a life of gratitude, they actually have found that people who live a life of gratitude can actually have more friends, and it's easier for you to make more friends. So that means if you have a new neighbor, that means if you have a new acquaintance, that means if you have a coworker that you perhaps are just meeting for the first time, if you share something that you're grateful for to them, you're most likely to have to actually win them over as a friend. They actually will gravitate to you. So it's very important to start out with any new relationships, with just when you're meeting new people, to just say hello and appreciate something about them, whether it's how they did their hair, how the kind of jewelry they may be wearing, the kind of shirt that they're wearing, or whatever you see that's really cool, unique, beautiful. Take a moment to acknowledge that. Okay. Some other things that research tell us about people who have a practice of gratitude is that you have an improved physical health. How about that? So people who exhibit gratitude report having fewer aches and pains. You feel better, and you end up exercising more because you don't have all those aches and pains. People who are grateful also enjoy a higher emotional well-being, of feeling happier, and less symptoms of depression. Also, having a practice of gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. So if you think about it, for those of you who show gratitude, you're more likely not to seek revenge against others, and most likely to behave in a pro-social manner with sensitivity and empathy towards others. So even think about it, when you receive an appreciation, that immediately lowers your tension, and you actually, like I said earlier, you like that person more. And then the same thing happens when you give an appreciation. You help that person calm down and feel better about themselves, and they in turn like you more. So it's this positive reinforcement cycle that gets created when you start practicing a lifestyle of gratitude and sharing that with others. So it's not just to keep it for yourself, you need to share that gratitude with others. Okay, more benefits of having a practice of gratitude is it improves your sleep, so you can actually get your Z's. So practicing gratitude regularly help people not only fall asleep, but staying asleep and getting a better quality of sleep. Think about it. You have a clean conscience type of thing. So you're not really dealing with all that stuff that may be clogging your mind and creating stress. Other benefits are that it enhances your self-esteem. So people who are grateful have increased self-esteem, and particularly due to their ability to appreciate other people's accomplishment. So when you are appreciating other people's accomplishments, this is not just about you. And once again, you're creating this positive cycle where these people now like you more, and they accept you more, and they want to get to know you more, and they want to support you more. So guess what? For all that love that you're giving, you're getting so much more in return. So of course your self-esteem is going to be amazing. All right. And one more benefit I want to give you before we get into these gratitude exercises is that having a lifestyle of gratitude increases your mental and emotional strengths. People who live a life of gratitude have an advantage of those who do not. And that's because you are able to overcome trauma and crisis and situations a lot quicker because you have this built-in resiliency of looking for the positive things that you can be grateful for over every circumstance in your life. Okay, so those things will help you to bounce back much faster from very highly stressful situations in your life. Okie dokie. So now let's get into the first exercise for the day. And the first one is going to be something that you can use with your Thanksgiving gathering this week. And the first one is going to be very simple. So for those of you who usually want to share some sort of gratitude expression before you have your Thanksgiving dinner, if you want to use this one, all you're going to need is a index card. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I have my little index card. So you're going to have an index card and you're going to have 3 questions. Okay, so you're going to have I just put in 1, 2, and 3, and I'm showing that on the YouTube video. For those of you who are not on YouTube, that's okay. I'm going to walk you through what's on the index card. So on the index card, you're just going to have 3 questions. And the first one is, you're going to write down 1, thank you for, and then ... And then you're going to put in because. I didn't write it down on this one, but you can write it on yours. So thank you for ... and then because. The second question you're going to write down on your index card is what I love about you ... and then put in because. And then the third question is my holiday wish ... and then because. So I'm going to go ahead and answer these so that I can give you a good example. So think about it. Imagine that you're sitting at the dining room table with your immediate family, which unfortunately this year is a small gathering, some intimate gathering. Therefore, actually, this is a really good exercise because it's a small intimate gathering. You could actually take this postcard and pass it around. One person at a time gets to answer each of these questions. And let's say you're a family of 4. You can decide, you can be thankful for, you can address I am thankful for, and then fill in the dots, maybe to your son or your daughter. I am thankful for the fact that you were able to navigate this whole distance learning and you're able to maintain your grades, that you are staying on top of your schedule. And this is important to me because, that's where the because comes in, because it is important for me to know that I can trust you, and you are basically showing me that you are a young man or a young daughter that I am very proud of, okay? Because I can trust you to take care of your responsibilities. So that is just me answering the first question, the thank you for. And the reason why I have in that because is, and why these gratitude exercises are powerful unlike other gratitude exercises, it's just that reason, the because. We need to enter the reason why we are grateful for something or for someone. So I'm going to go into the second exercise, so watch that, where I enter the because. Okay, so the second exercise, so once again, you're sitting around your dinner table, and you're a party of 4, so you can direct, let's say, I'm assuming, or I'm just saying, if you're a party of 4, you can direct one of each of these questions to a different person. So like the next person, you will say, what I love about you, what I love about you, and let's say you can direct this to your spouse or your significant other. What I love about you is that when you see that I am flustered or stressed, you immediately step in to support me, and I really appreciate that when I am in need of support, I don't even have to ask you, and you can give an example of maybe something that happened recently, such as yesterday there was not much that you could have done with my heavy workload. but the fact that I was able to come home and you had dinner ready, then, like that was just so amazing for me. So once again, I am giving the reasons why what I love about this person is important to me, because it makes my day a lot easier to know that I am supported. All right, the third question that you would want to address maybe on your holiday table is, my holiday wish is. So maybe you have a parent who's sitting with you guys, and you might want to address that one with your parent, and you can say, my holiday wish for you is that you would continue to have many more holiday dinners and many more years with us with good health and peace. And this is important to me because having you in our lives and in our children's lives is extremely important, and it matters to me and our children. You matter to me and our children. Once again, it is important to share why that's important to you. And this is why these are more powerful, because once you go into the why, this really grounds these gratitude exercises. All right, so I am going to go on to the next gratitude exercise. And this one is the mason jar. And you can use this one for Thanksgiving as well. So this one you can pass around at the Thanksgiving dinner or after the Thanksgiving dinner. And you can just grab a mason jar. I just grabbed something that I had at home, and then I put a bow on it so you can actually decorate it. All right, so with this exercise, you're going to need a mason jar, some colorful Post-its, and some pens, okay? And I already wrote some stuff in here. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna have the Post-its and the pen and pass it around to everybody, and then they're gonna write something that they're grateful for. They're gonna then fold the sheet of paper like so, and they're gonna put the Post-it inside of the mason jar, okay, after they wrote it. And then what you can do is you can shake it, and you can, mix it up, and then you can pass the jar around. You could do this after dinner so that, it's a fun little thing that you can do after to maintain that grateful attitude and spirit of Thanksgiving. And then you can read what you pull out, what everybody has written out. One person could pull out a Post-it and read it out loud. And so this one says, I'm grateful when you walk the dog. It makes me feel supported. Very nice. So here, once again, I encourage you not only to say, once again, like the first exercise, what you are grateful for, but also why. So here, I'm grateful for when you walk the dog. It makes me feel supported. And then you can decide who wrote that in your family, because then you can make it a lot more fun. So then you pass the jar, and the next person grabs the next little note that was written, and then this one it says, I'm grateful for you when you help me to clean the dinner to clean up after dinner. It makes me feel happy. Very nice. So here, again, you're writing what makes you, what you're grateful for, and what that makes you feel. And again, if you are doing this over the Thanksgiving holiday, you can figure out who wrote that. Of course, all of these, let me see. I also wrote stuff down for those of you who are alone. I'm hoping that you are not alone over Thanksgiving, and that maybe you have some friends that can invite you to spend some time with them. But if you are alone and don't have friends that are inviting you, and you cannot invite anybody over for whatever reason, then I'm going to ask you to have a really special day where you have a lot of self-care. So like do things that you truly love. So if you like to hike, then go hiking. If you, like me, I live near the beach, maybe you can spend the day at the beach. Maybe you could just do some things at home to pamper yourself and really like just do things that you love. And so this one is, I wrote this one from the perspective of someone who who lives alone and does not have people that they're sharing this mason jar with. So I appreciate my home. So I wrote this one from that perspective. I appreciate my home. It's beautiful and in a wonderful location close to the beach, church, shops, and downtown. And it's also near my parents. I have privacy and security and a wonderful place to work from, and it makes me feel peaceful. So this is something that you could also use for those of you who, like I said, if you're living alone and you're not really living with family, then you can actually just write your own little post-its of the things that you are grateful for in your life. Let's see what I wrote down for this one. I appreciate my creativity because I can write, decorate, problem solve, help others, and bring beauty through my creative abilities. And that makes me feel joyful. So those are the things that I've written about myself because I do live alone. I will not be spending the Thanksgiving holiday alone. I do have family members that I will be spending it with. My parents are going to be here, and I'm looking forward to cooking for them and for me. But anyway, so that's the Thanksgiving mason jar, and hopefully you can maybe use that. The third exercise is not about Thanksgiving, the holiday, but now the rest of these will be for us to use as a practice on an everyday, in our everyday life. Oh, and by the way, the mason jar one, the one that you write as the individual, you can actually use this for your everyday as well. You can throw in what you're grateful for once a day. And then when you're feeling blue, you can actually just pull out some of those little post-its and realize like, oh, wow, back in July, I was so grateful for that vacation that I took and how all that came together so easily and fast for me. Okay, so coming back to the third exercise, we've got gratitude prompts for journaling. So I'm a big fan of journals. Actually, let's see. I want to give a shout out to my friend Noah Crane. She did a Love and Light conference last year, and she gave us all as gifts her Love and Light journal from her book, The Grass is Greenest Where I Am. And so I filled this out in a matter of like a year. I just completely filled out that journal. And so for those of you who use journals, and I happen to love using journals, love them. I always have them like by my bed, and I will sometimes take it to my living room and write there, or sometimes in the evenings as I'm getting ready for bed, I will do my journaling. So I'm going to give you some prompts because a lot of people don't know what we want to write about. So I want to give you in this exercise some of the prompts that you can use to journal. Okay, so here are some of the things that you can start out with. I am grateful for 3 things that I hear. So I want you to start to focus on your senses, okay? Because that's going to help you. So your sense of hearing. So if I was going to say that right now in this moment, 3 things that I would be grateful for hearing, I am grateful for hearing the birds. I have a pond or a lake rather off of the property where I live, and there are, oh my God, geese, ducks, frogs. I have all sorts of animals and birds out there. So every day, all I have to do is open up my sliders and I can hear all the birds, different types of birds chirping, different geese making their noises. So I am grateful for the geese, the ducks, the birds, and all of the sounds that they make throughout the day to remind me that I am not alone, that I'm actually surrounded by nature and by beauty. Okay? So then the next thing you can write about is 3 things that I see. I am grateful for 3 things that I see. And for me, that would be I see art across from me is some artwork that a an artist from a local artist in Delray Beach painted. So it's an autograph piece, and it's very modern, it's very colorful. So I am grateful for that piece of art, and to me it's inspiring, and it's beautiful, and it's represents freedom. It represents the tropics, because it's a lot of bright and beautiful colors. So it's something that makes me feel happy and reminds me here of South Florida. So that's why I bought that piece. Obviously, I'm just going to go into one of these things. You can use another prompt under I am grateful for 3 things that I can touch or feel. And right now I am sitting on a chair that I put a little pillow behind me. And so that pillow gives me a nice feeling, because it gives me support supports my back. So that is something that I am grateful for. You could also write down, I am grateful for 3 things that I can smell. For me, I know when I smell garlic, I love the smell of garlic. That's something I'm very grateful for. I am grateful for 3 things that I taste. We'll go back to that garlic, because I also love the taste of garlic. I am grateful for 3 blue things. So you could actually go into colors, so you can decide what color you want to appreciate today. So if it's blue, I appreciate the light blue walls in my condo. They're actually the color of the sea at sunset, and I love the color of my condo. Okay, which is that beautiful blue that just makes you feel zen. You could be grateful for 3 animals or 3 birds. I am grateful for 3 friends, and name your 3 friends. And don't forget to say why you are appreciating those 3 friends. I am grateful for 3 teachers in my life. So I am grateful for Fred, Toby, and Terry. These are 3 spiritual teachers that I've had in my life for a long time, and they have been with me through my divorce, through my recovery, through my reinventing myself and getting back to my life again. So these are great opportunities for you to really go deeper in expressing why you appreciate these individuals or these things. The next prompt is I am grateful for 3 family members, and specify who they are and why you're grateful for them. 2 more prompts for you, and it's I am grateful for 3 things in my home. And I know for me, I'm grateful for my kitchen. I love my kitchen. It's very modern. It has all the appliances that I need to whip up some really cool foods and meals. I'm grateful for my balcony, because I can get some fresh air, and also I can sit down there and enjoy my meals. And you can be grateful for 3 things around your job. So feel free to fill those in and indicate why. And you could also write some of these things down on the group that we are in together on the Facebook Passion Unlimited podcast group. Feel free to post what you're grateful for and why, because that's the key. The why is what takes it to the next level. All right, the 4th gratitude exercise that I have for you guys today is a gratitude letter, card, or email. And being that we are not going to be able to get together with so many of our friends and family through this holiday season, I thought it would be special that maybe you can select 5 to 7 friends and family, or even just acquaintances that have impacted your life this year, and that you would write them an actual letter of gratitude. Either you can just do it as a letter, or write it as a card or an email and send it to them. And if it's a card or a letter, and if they live locally, it would be really special too if you actually hand delivered this letter and this card to them. So maybe some people that you might want to think about this year, and that you would want to write a personalized letter. Think about who this year might have supported you in a way that was unexpected. Okay? What about who this year has treated you with great generosity? How about who encouraged you when you were down? And maybe this one is a lifelong friend or person in your life. Who's your constant in your life? For those of us who are survivors of abuse, who has been your constant? Because those people deserve a handwritten card and letter to be delivered to them. How about who is the person who you can always count on? And what about who is your truth teller in your life? Those individuals all need an extra little, I think, gratitude card or expression of gratitude to let them know how significant they are in your life. All right, so I want to move on to our last exercise because our time is moving forward. Our last exercise is a guided imagery exercise, and I'm calling it a gratitude walk. So you and I are going to actually close our eyes. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to reconnect with ourselves and just focus in the here and now in this moment. And for those of you who are not familiar with meditation exercises, you just grab a seat, and hopefully you're not driving. If you're driving, keep your eyes open. Just take a deep breath in through your nose and into your belly. And when you take the breath in, your belly expands, filling up with fresh oxygen. And as you exhale, you then allow your belly to come back in, expelling and exhaling all the air that's in your lungs. So we're going to do that 3 times. And in your mind's eye, I want you to consider yourself at a beach. And I want you to see yourself walking. This is going to be a gratitude walk that we're going to do together. And in this gratitude walk, you can do it alone, or you can invite in your mind's eye your partner or your children, your family members, maybe the people that you would normally celebrate the holidays with. And I just want you to see them surrounding you. And I want you to feel their love, their smiles. And I want you guys to take a nice little walk on the beach together. And just taking in the beauty. And as you guys are walking, maybe you're noticing that blue-green waters of the ocean. You're noticing the waves, and they're rolling and crashing at your feet. And as you're walking and enjoying this beautiful scenery, you notice the sailboats out in the distance. And you're noticing that the sand it's got some beautiful shells sprinkled around. You might pick up a shell or two. And you're also noticing that every so often there are little pebbles. And some of these little pebbles are heart-shaped. And as you keep walking, you're noticing more of these little heart-shaped pebbles. And they're actually getting larger. And just allowing yourself to be in this moment. You can pick up your pebbles. You can pick up the shells. You can breathe in the fresh air. You're feeling and sensing the breeze that's rustling in your hair and caressing your skin. You're sensing the warmth of the sun and the coolness of the breeze. You're also feeling the coolness of the water that's washing away the sand off your feet. And just allowing yourself to be in this moment, receiving from the earth and nature. And you're hearing the whistling of the wind. You're picking up the melody of the ocean waves. the crashing, the ebbing and the flowing. You're hearing the palm trees and the plants and the seagrass as they ruffle around with the wind and they're being tossed. And in this moment, you have everything that you need. In this moment, you have everyone that you love around you and everything that fulfills you. It makes you feel safe and loved. And in this moment, you remember all the beautiful things that have come about in spite of this coronavirus and our isolation. You realize that you've had so much more quality time for you. You realize that a lot of your distractions were taken and that you were able to do things in your life that you hadn't had time for. And that every season has an ending and a new season starts, and there's a new season coming. And there are new things coming into your life that you're pivoting into and embracing. And this season right now is one that we will reflect and be grateful for all the things in our lives, or the people in our lives, the things, all the blessings that we do have. And in a moment, I just want you to come back to the to our here and now. But in this moment, feel free to continue to receive the love that this moment brings you, knowing you could come back to this beautiful place anytime. And when I count to 3, we will be back to our present time, feeling refreshed, feeling grateful for this season of our lives. So 3, coming back to your breath. 2, knowing you could always come back to this beautiful place anytime you wish to. And 1, you can open up your eyes. So I hope that you were able to feel the peace, the serenity, the love, and I look forward to hearing from you if this podcast helped you to feel more connected and gave you some ideas of some things that you can do with your family and your friends over this holiday season, and just some practices that you can do in your life. It really will help to transform you. For me, I know I've taken on a gratitude practice, and in the morning and at night, I always end with gratitude. Also, when I'm out in nature, I do my gratitude walks, and it really helps me to stay grounded. Anyways, please, if you have not subscribed to the Passion Unlimited podcast, please subscribe and leave your reviews and your comments. Thank you. Until next time.